We begin with a live look at the U.S. Capitol, where the government remains shut down. Lawmakers are still deadlocked, and millions of Americans are feeling the impact from federal employees missing paychecks to disruptions in services many rely on every day. For the first time in nearly 7 years, the federal government shut down at midnight with no sign of how long it could last. Good evening, I'm Brennan Gurley. Despite that government shutdown, essential services are still running. Social Security, air traffic, TSA, and VA medical care continue, while SNAP benefits and federal student loans remain active. National parks are partially open, but thousands of federal workers are furloughed, and limited FDA inspections could impact food safety. East Texas Congressman Nathaniel Moran said Republicans and Democrats have been working on a deal but can't seem to agree on priorities, including a $50 billion provision for rural health care.
That's an impact on East Texans. East Texans are likely going to see a little slower service when it comes to Social Security and HHS. HHS is likely going to have about 40% of their employees furloughed or more.
The Congressional Budget Office estimates 750,000 federal workers could be furloughed each day. While Republicans are in control of both chambers, they do need votes from Democrats in order to fund the government. Both parties are still at odds right now and are determined not to take the blame for the lapse in funding. Washington correspondent Julia Benbrook reports.
Earlier this week, we saw the top leaders from both parties and both chambers meeting here at the White House with the stated goal of trying to come to an agreement to keep the government open. But in the hours and days after that meeting, it became clear that both sides were really digging in. And now that there is a government shutdown, the blame game continues.
Democrats want to play political games with the lives and the livelihoods of Americans.
Republicans have adopted a my way or the highway approach. They basically have said, take it or leave it with respect to our partisan Republican spending bill.
So what are the main sticking points? While Democrats are pushing to extend enhanced Obamacare subsidies, Republicans are asking for essentially an extension of current funding for another 7 weeks. When it comes to how this shutdown differs from those in the past, the threat of mass firings looms large. While it is typical to see some government workers furloughed during this time, the president is threatening a more permanent impact, which lines up with his long-stated goal to shrink the size of the federal government and could be seen as a tactic the administration hopes will force Democrats to support their plan without compromise. The last government shutdown took place at the end of 2018 going into 2019 during President Donald Trump's first term. It was the longest in more than 4 decades, lasting 35 days in total. At the White House, I'm Julia Benbrook.